Okay, we are trying to figure out why this query is not getting any results. So we're going to use the debugger. So let's see if we have the zip figured out. We do. Let's see, borough. Yep, that's correct. Okay, so street name is going to miss. Because in our data, oh wait, why is this all stretched out? Oh, because you wrote west. Gotcha. Okay. So
by the way, that variable street name in my book, where did we get it? Where do we have it in our code?
line 28.
Oh, okay. So that will this console will query objects as well as models. I thought you could only query models in the console. But we're not in the console, right? This is
Well, it's pretty similar actually. It's we are running this method.
yeah.
It starts by doing these 8 lines of code, and then it starts the debugger. So it lets us look at these variables, and also, if we wanted to reference our models here, we could, because in this context, this file has access to all of them.
Okay. So, but if I wanted to say
So looking at the previous request, okay, so blew up on line 38. Let's see what happens on line 38. And this is offset a little bit because I added this 5, although there was already an empty line here, so it's still line 38. So street was nil. Okay, so there is no street by that name because the name that we use for this is abbreviated. So this is a new case, which didn't exist in the old version of this controller, because now we're using the user entered street. So yeah, I think at this point we just are going to use and.
okay.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? No method.
Let's try it again. Worked better that time, but no results. Let's try it one more time. Okay, didn't find a lot. It does have the street.
Yeah.
There are 91 lots in our data. Going to look at the attributes of the model real quick. Street number. Okay, so okay, we just don't have 4 in our data yet. So
Well,
this should render the no results text.
yeah. But at this point, we're going to have a lot of queries that are going to be like not exact hits. So maybe our code should bump to to the next or the next highest or the lowest. And give us another screen that would be some results. We should actually have some results of what would be the highest, the range between that query.
Some results instead of no results.
Yes, we should have some results and a link to either the higher number, the next number highest, or the next number lowest.
Okay, we can do that. Sounds like a good plan. Okay. I think I know why my code in the template did not work, because this method doesn't really work with something like this. I think I have to wrap it in some kind of a tag, like I think this might actually make it work. I don't really know. It's all jQuery is a little beyond me sometimes. Let's give it a try. It worked. Okay. Except now there is going to be no strike one, because we're going to give them some results anyway.
You can still say strike one.
I suppose.
Why don't you just say strike? Next one's going to be a homer.
I'm wondering
Strike.
if we actually use
Swing
this.
for the fence.
I think city name was being passed into here. No, it wasn't though. No, it was. Was it? Where is city name used? It's not used. Yeah, it was used to find the borough, but now we're doing that differently, so we don't need this. Okay.
Foxcode appends it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we just kind of fixed something. Yeah, we did. Fixed two things, actually. Okay, so if street, okay, so if user types a street name that has to be sanitized, there is no bug. Couldn't think of how to say that. Okay, so the next plan is to find nearby lots on the street. I guess I'll, yeah, throw a query in there. Just even though I kind of know what I want to do here. So we're gonna get the street either here on line 29 or here on line 39. if we can't get the lot on line 28, on line 30, we have 3 more chances to get it. If we go all the way down to here and we don't have it, then we can try to find an adjacent
Yeah.
lot.
Right. I guess we should, yeah, there you go, thank you. Smart, very smart.
So we're going to have one or both of these.
Is that present part of the API?
Yeah, it's a method for arrays and probably some other objects as well.
Great.
It's false if there's nothing in the array,
Okay.
so it's kind of like an advanced truthy query.
Okay, sure, by the way.
Thank you. Street and lots present. We can say lots equals street dot lots where use some SQL here. Between is part of SQL, right?
I don't know that. To be SQL. No.
I think it is actually.
Yep.
See that?
Sweet. Okay.
What should be our range? 100, 50, 20, 25?
No, at least 200. No, oh, yeah, we'll say 200. Because sometimes there's big blocks, and it's like, I think 200 is a fair number.
So how about plus or minus 100?
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. But why do you need to give them a number? Why can't you just go to the next one? Why do you have to have a range between?
Yeah, you're right.
Should we just greater than or less than?
You're right. I was being glib. Okay, so street lots order by street number.
Yeah. Should be the next less than or greater than.
Okay. Where? So you want to go both, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So lower number lot, higher number lot.
You should give it a variable name, like at street less than, right? At street number less than.
You mean this?
Yeah.
lower street number? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to use this conversion. Yeah, because street numbers are stored as strings. So the less than, greater than is alphabetical. So like 55 would be less than 7 because the 5 is alphabetically before the 7. That's what this convert is all about. I wonder if Postgres would do the same thing as MySQL would, just for the record. But it's okay because I figured out how to convert it. Okay, so we actually want the low street number, or the normal street number. And greater than or equal to, okay, so lower number lot. So we want their street number to be less than our street number. And we got that here, okay. And then similar for higher number lot. No, I don't think it's on. Command space. Command space. Catastrophic error. Okay, so they're ordered by street number.
Okay.
All of them have lower street numbers than our query. So the last one okay. So this is probably also going to do the alphabetical sort rather than the numeric sort. Let's see if I can demonstrate that.
Is our data messed up?
No, our data's pretty good. These are all 2-digit numbers.
Some of them have addresses in these rows.
In here, yeah.
Is that wrong?
No. Okay, so good. We have 2-digit and 3-digit numbers, so this will work. Okay. So Sackett is street number 5038. Sackett equals street, find 5038. Sackett dot lots dot order street number. And then I'll just map it out so we see what that is. So you see how 198 is before 20?
You see that rear?
689 is before 69. So these are not ordered. They're alphabetical. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so. A comes like, yes.
So let's see if I can
They are
use
alphabetical.
this cast. Or is it convert? Yeah, convert that to unsigned. Okay. Convert street number, comma, unsigned.
By the way, unsigned means what?
It means integer.
Sequence.
Oh, it worked.
Oh, it did. 408.
Totally worked. Never fear.
Mike, you're just too good, man. Really are.
So this should probably be wrapped up in a method that we can call over and over.
Where to drive you? Scope. That's what you do. Scope. Yeah, I've just started learning about this lambda in the Kroger races.
Lambda's a pretty complex topic, but basically scopes used to be written like this.
Yeah.
And the lambda was only required when you were comparing it to like the current time or something that was going to change while the app was executing. But then they were like, let's standardize it, make lambda for everything. So that's what I do now.
Every time you do a scope, lambda?
Every time you do a scope, you use a lambda, yep. I believe that's required.
I did it this weekend, didn't have to put lambda, but I did see it a few times.
Maybe they decided not to require it after all. Address order. We could make this one into a scope as well. We also use that here as well. Although it's slightly different because here it's greater than or equal, here it's greater or less. Let's make these ones into scopes. And this one we do need a lambda because we have to pass in a variable. I'm not going to call it street number because there's an attribute on the method called street number. I could, but I just don't want to.
Anyone ever say you look like the guy from Hozier?
No, what is that?
You never seen Hozier?
You know what? I should probably go ahead and make this even more pronounceable. I like that. That makes me happy.
Okay, yes.
And here's another way we can do that, actually. All of this is a little over the top, but I like it.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you got all the variables right there.
Okay, so now we're going to have two results, which is not something that our results template is prepared to render, but it should be. So let's make it. Make it so. And then if either of those are nil, I'll just squish them out.
Okay. Now, that'll overwrite the existing at lock, right? When you come down in the code, the sequence of code?
It will, but that's an empty array at this point. Because
it is.
if this is true, then we're here.
Oh, then you go down. Okay.
I'll have to basically mirror this with different variables for this block here, but before I do that, let's go into the results template. And okay, so this is rendering a template which is going to get our instance variables automatically, because templates get instance variables automatically. And the instance variable lot is presumed to be a single lot. So what we have now is potentially an array with one lot in it, potentially an array with multiple lots in it. So I'll just go ahead and add some conditionals up here. And what I'm actually going to do is make it so that it's always an array. Then I'm going to say Then I'm going to replace at lot with just a bare word lot. Did it. Okay, so we don't need to do anything here, so I'm actually going to restructure this a little. And I'm going to make it into one of these guys. Follow me?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. All right. Should we test this or should we go ahead and, I think I'll go ahead and finish.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So we're talking about sanitized street. And there is probably a way to do this with less repetition, which might end up having a little less code. Might be about the same amount of code. Cool. I think that's all we need to do. So, will you do the honors?
So nice of you.
You can just click search.
I know. This is what I mean by we should probably have another page here that says rendering.
Okay. All right. We have an error in the SQL syntax. Lots from lots, where lots dot street ID equals 628, and convert high street number is less than for order by, convert street number desk. Okay. Desk. Okay. I know what it means.
Yeah, sorry.
Order. So we have an order clause. So instead of passing in the street number, we passed in the word street number. How did I do this in the console? Okay. Where did the descending come from?
Well, the convert statement in the lots controller. Well, we put the scope here.
That could work. See what happens. Okay, it still made the same query. The right syntax to use near your desk when fine.
Maybe you need to limit things.
Limit?
Yeah, just limit one.
Yeah, why does it say limit 1? Oh, because that got built into the query.
Yeah, that's part of the Rails.
Huh. Oh, it's because I'm calling last. That's why it's trying to say descending. Okay. Good job. So let's say the last one in a different way. So this is going to run the query, give us all the results, and then give us the last one instead of building the lastness into the query. Okay, less than for, so which line is that? Oh wait, was that on? It's not really giving us a line number here.
You can bind on this.
We could. But first I'm gonna undo this. Keep trying. Yep, we got it. Except we wanted the results at that point.
You just didn't put that for now. You have to put the variable, I guess.
Okay, BuyBug is a good friend.
Yes. Are we still in the home?
No, we're not. You know what? It's not going to catch there because the way the street is spelled, it's going to catch here.
You got more than one.
Oh, totally. Okay, let's do a little, let's take stock here. Sanitize street. That is the correct street.
Yes, sir, it is. By the way,
It has 91 lots. And
this is not very long.
none of them have a lower number than 4.
Okay.
25 of them have a higher number than 4.
It's pretty interesting.
a lot. Street number 49. Should we see if that's actually the correct result? Might as well, right? Gar. It is. So the lowest number we have is 49. So that was the correct result. Oh, it still says hit is false. Okay, that's the problem.
Okay. 200 is pretty looking. It's pretty. If you're batting 200 in Ruby, you're doing okay, right?
Yes.
Where's the result?
Bye, bug.
Oh.
Lot expected got array. Lot's controller line 76. There we go.
Yeah, maybe it is an array or something. Don't we have an array?
I'm going to move my array packaging up so that it happens before this. So we're saying the search had 2 results, even though we're actually just giving them results that they didn't search for, but that's okay. Because we are actually recording exactly what those results are. And then I can go back to this template. Nope. This one. Cut this line out because I already moved it up. And feeling confident. Cut that out. Could be. No. We're on line 76. Oh. There we go. there we go.
That's a high five, man. That is better than 200.
It is good. Yep, our search gained a lot of juice today.
Yes, it has. It means a lot. But we gotta nail Lexington Avenue.
Just gonna add a new line at the end of this file. One of these days I'll understand why that's so important. I dig it though, it gives me something to do. I'm like, oop, gotta do something.
Yeah.
Okay, so display adjacent lots if search has no exact match result. Sync it up.
You know, my brother has is quadriplegic. It's unfortunate, but I was thinking about having a maybe when if I ever get better at Ruby, because I am very interested in learning more about Rails, creating Rails for robots. You know.
Cool.